as we left off,
last time on Trymira.
Party had haphazardly found their way to the continent of Trymira. Through a series of encounters, they arranged a meeting in another city, in which they left through the desert, facing a number of trials, meeting friends, and apparently causing great evil? Question mark.
And then
upon this event, one of the party members apparently went insane. At the arrival of 3 large snake-like creatures with humanoid faces claiming to be guardians of the desert, who escorted the party swiftly to the edge of the desert and handed them off to the Order of Shaltir.
Welcome back.
Who have thrown the party into some sort of chamber emblazoned with various incantations and multitudes of languages. Having no other option, the party decided to take a nap.
Right, I wake up.
So, waking up, you do feel quite rested, other than the fact that it wasn't a very comfortable floor to sleep on.
So it's a half short rest or full rest?
The time that you've had to sleep, you haven't been disturbed at all. Everyone's gained the benefits of a long rest, meaning that your exhaustion points do go away.
Yay!
Tiffany, you can repick your spells for the day if you'd like.
I'll have a look.
Now where'd I put my... There they are. The hell? So, what is happening? Was she still there? Nothing happened?
Looking around the room, it appears to be the exact same stone chamber that you were in before.
Yay. Can we go to the pedestal?
The what?
There was like a pedestal in the middle. Just stand on it, see what happens.
So yes, standing up, you make your way gingerly over to the center of the room, wiping the sleep out of your eyes, rolling up your bread bowl, sticking it away. As you approach the center of this room, you notice it's not so much a pedestal as it is a slightly raised portion of the floor, perfectly circular. Other than that, there seems to be nothing strange about it other than the lines of various languages leading to this.
I'm gonna ask the Order of Shaltir if he's still there. Why did you bring us here?
They're not here, we're alone in this room.
Oh, I thought he was with us.
After you guys came through, you didn't notice anyone else in the chamber.
Such a stand on the... whatever you want to call it. And then maybe cast magic on the floor, on the walls, on the ceiling. Wherever it goes.
You say you were standing on it?
Yeah, I was standing on it.
Okay, so as you do stand on it, it slowly sinks into the floor. And as it becomes flush with the rest of the floor, a sort of wave emanates from it. This kind of pulsing blue light, lighting up the words as it goes, streaking up alongside the walls.
Every word?
Every word along the lines leading out from it. There are about 8 lines. And these lines go out to the wall. The walls are completely covered, like, all the way around. But these lines of incantations and such go up the sides of the wall to the top, all culminating at this kind of that blue sphere towards the top of the chamber.
Okay.
The words that do light up aren't all of the words, only ones that follow the line out from the center. So it's kind of like spider legs, if you will.
Yeah.
So when you kill a spider and its legs curl up.
Yeah.
It's like standing in that. And as you do, your vision kind of shimmers, and you no longer see this stone chamber. Murdoch, Tiffany, Eclipse all disappear from your view.
Wait, did you say Murdoch, Tiffany, and Eclipse?
And Garth, I apologize, all disappear from your view. And you see now this endless expanse of blue and clouds. There appears to be no discerning the sky from the ground. It all just appears to be this cloudy landscape, skyscape.
I just see blue sky, and are there any discernible features in this landmark?
It's literally, imagine if you were standing in the sky on a planet with no ground.
There's just clouds and sky.
Clouds and sky. Not even the sun, just clouds and sky.
But it is bright.
It's not particularly bright, not dark. As if it was a standard spring day, I guess.
I suppose I'll cast, like, what would that be? History? Magic? The roll?
Magic like this would go beyond your understanding, unfortunately.
But what if I roll a 20? That's
Yeah,
not a 20. So I have no idea.
Is this Arcana?
Yeah, it was a joke I made, Jen. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Am I okay? Or we're just talking to Luke at the moment?
No, you just...
Tiffany, as you look around, you see Toriel advance to the center of this room, and her eyes close for a second, and when they open, it's just white.
Nice.
Almost gives off a kind of glow. He just stands there completely, almost lifeless.
So if I emanate magic into the sky, does anything happen?
Yeah, so you take a moment to focus on your arcane center. Dispersing this magic out around you doesn't appear to be any effect. A few of the clouds move.
Imagine if I make a step forward, I go off the thing, and it all stops.
Is that what you like to do?
Yeah.
You take a step forwards, and where you'd expect to find the ground of the chamber you were previously standing in, there's nothing. And as your weight continues to go onto this foot, you slip from this purchase which you had in the space in between to fall for a moment before lightly floating.
So I just float in the sky somewhere, and okay. Can I control my float?
You think to yourself, up, and you begin to slowly rise up. It's kind of unsettling, as being a mounting dragonborn, you've never really had to deal with flight. But after taking a few moments with it, you do manage to get a general sort of sense that you can control where you go, but it's not as fluid as you'd expect it to be.
But there's just sky around me, all around me. I don't see anything I could fly to, like to see if there's something cool there.
Make a perception check.
Can do a perception. Nah, that's not very high. That's like a 6.
From your understanding of this is a very strange sky.
Wow, that helped. So I just fly into a direction. There's nothing else to do.
Toriel begins to float forwards off into this vast expanse of sky and clouds. As you travel slightly, you do notice that a few of the clouds seem to move quicker than you'd expect, and almost create a kind of path for you to continue flying in whatever direction you so choose. Hold that for a second. Tiffany, what's up?
She's supposed to be talking? Or?
I believe so. I don't know if her mic's freaked out again. Tiffany.
Hello?
Is there anything you'd like to do?
Am I still alone in the whiteness?
You are still in the stone chamber with Murdoch and Garth. Toriel is standing in the center of the chamber with white glowing eyes.
Oh. I'm gonna do an Arcana check on him. Or maybe an Insight, I don't know, I'll roll first. I think I'll do an Arcane check on him.
Okay, do it.
24.
24. So you've seen things like this before. Usually when you have seen it, it's been around some sort of scrying spell or some form of projection of the spirit.
Right. So that's not his body.
It is his body, but you feel that there's nobody home at the moment.
I see. I tried calling his name. Or her name.
Toriel, you hear from the direction which you're currently traveling, this very light, half-elven female voice. Toriel.
Hello? When I speak, does my actual thing speak or just me into the blue sky to be heard by no one?
Tiffany, there is no response.
Am I allowed to talk to Murdoch or not?
You can indeed.
Right, okay.
Murdoch at this point has gotten up, rolled away his bedroll, and has gone back to closing his eyes and focusing on something.
I don't know what to do.
Also, Mordog is about to join, if you like. Anyway, so I just keep floating to the direction of the voice.
So, oh, sorry. Go on, Tiffany.
I was gonna run over and grab like her hand and try and like shake her and wake her up.
Oh, so you begin to shake Toriel's hand. Toriel doesn't seem to react in any way, shape, or form, and as you release Toriel's hand, it just goes back to this kind of gentle resting pose at the side.
I feel for a pulse.
There is a pulse.
Okay, good.
Very strong. Very dragon-like.
Very dragon-like.
Toriel, as you continue to float through this expanse, the clouds again keep parting and parting, and as you travel forwards, you begin to see a very dark figure. Just one completely shrouded by clouds, and these clouds, as you approach them, don't show any signs of parting for you.
Is it Tiamat?
As you draw closer, it doesn't appear to be draconic in shape. It actually seems more elven.
I don't really know anything about elven mythologies, do I?
Not particularly. In your time growing up, you wouldn't heard much about elves other than the ones that lived to the north of you. And even then, you didn't socialize them very much.
Unless Avion taught me.
Avion was more concerned with saving you from yourself and teaching you ways of right and wrong.
That's true. So I float closer and closer to this shrouded figure.
So you continue to traverse in the direction that you're going towards this gentleman, and
Here he is.
yeah. Hi, Murdoch. Give us a second.
Okay.
The clouds begin to close behind you, and looking around, all of the clouds in this area begin to sort of spread, creating this giant circular cloudy dome. And the clouds that surround this figure fade out. You see before you this enormous elven gentleman around 60 to 70 feet tall.
Dang.
Long beard, long white hair, slightly frazzled towards the edge. His eyebrows seem to sink into his hairline, going down the sides of his face. He's wearing a blue hood with a gold, very elaborate trim down the front of it. And across his breast is emblazoned a symbol of Shaltir.
His breast.
Greetings.
You are not the one I'd hoped to see here.
Who did you hope to see?
For one who plays with matters he should not.
Crap, that's me, isn't it?
Well, you don't hear any of this. Well, now I am here.
You
I-
are indeed.
And I demand that you release me and my friends out of this stone prison.
Who are you to demand of me?
I am Toriel Brayford, a paladin in training, and all I seek is to help those in need.
So speaking to the gentleman, you don't sense any emotion in the voice. You also don't sense any sort of hostility, any aggravation. It just seems to be the words themselves stem from the mouth. No facial expressions, nothing. He's a brick wall, so to speak. A paladin entering these halls. I suspect my kin would not have much issue or quarry with thee. However, you are here, which means you stand accused.
Accused of what?
Tampering with that which should be left alone.
I have no knowledge of tampering with anything. Nor do I know anything about your business.
At this point, figure begins to drift closer to you, and as he does, his size begins to shrink down and closer, smaller. And as he approaches around 10 feet from you, he's shrunken down to the size of an average gentleman around his age. It's about 5'8", 5'9". A slight hunch you notice now. And a cane appears in his hand, begins to form down from his palm. This long wooden cane, gnarled knots of wood on it. And he strikes it down into a seeming surface of some kind, and as he does, stemming from the bottom of it, you begin to notice the floor of the chamber around you appear.
The actual chamber where I...
The actual chamber where you're standing
Nice.
fills out to the walls, and where you'd expect it to go up, where the writing surrounds you in a complete circle, it stays.
So I'm am I back in the room, or am I just in an illusion of the room?
Are you asking him that?
I'm asking the DM that if I can tell.
From what you can tell, the floor is now of the room you're in, and the walls and everywhere upwards of it is the area which you've been floating through.
Does he speak?
He's examining you at the moment. Murdoch.
Yeah.
So you guys are still in this stone chamber of sorts with arcane incantations and runes, multitudes of languages draped across the walls.
Okay.
After waking up, you've closed your eyes and gone back to meditating on certain things. Still with no response or to no avail. Opening your eyes, you notice Toriel is now standing in the center of the chamber with her eyes completely white and giving off a sort of glow. Tiffany kind of looking around her, and Garth is beginning to pace around, sort of looking for an exit, touching the walls and up and down, trying to find a way out of the situation.
Okay, let's just say I close my eyes and keep doing what I'm doing. For now, give me a few moments to recuperate.
So when I glances around the room and seeing the futility of Garth's attempts, goes back to his eyes closed, focusing in on some obscure topic. Toriel, at this point, the other gentleman, very slowly and crotchety, his limbs don't seem to work as well as they should. It appears to be some form of arthritis or old age setting in. He very slowly, moving his cane along the floor, manages to pull himself along, begins to walk around you very slowly, still looking at you intently.
Now what? Accuser of magic.
Now I discern. If you speak truth.
I will. I did. I always do.
As you say these words, you feel an imposing presence begin to creep into your brain. And it's almost like little knives stabbing at the outsides of your brain, and through those knife wounds it seeps in further and stabs again and again. You need to go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. If I can roll plus, that's 14. I think, yeah, that is.
As you feel this strange tendrils of pain creeping into your mind, doesn't slow down at all into your best attempts trying to force this out. Goes further and further, and it's crippling pain. You suffer 6 points of psychic damage.
Do I note them down already?
6 points of psychic damage, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, Murdoch, you guys have had a short rest, so if you want to go ahead and re-choose your spells for the day.
It was a long one.
Yeah, a long rest, sorry. And
Long rest? Okay.
yeah, you got all your hit points back, you got all your spells back.
And my head dies as well?
And your hit die, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 6 points of psychic damage.
Noted.
You seem to speak true. And with that, he slams his staff against the floor again. And he, almost as if he's made of a pile of dust, blows away into a cloud upon this wall. As he does, the
I thought
walls,
there was no wall.
where you'd imagine the wall to be from
Yeah.
where the stone chamber stops. And he seems to turn into a cloud which floats out into this ethereal expanse. And as he does, the walls begin to fade up, revealing multitudes of languages and incantations, swelling up to the ceiling, back into this blue orb towards the top of the chamber. And as you close your eyes and open them again, just as a blink, room's back as it was, Tiffany standing to your side, Murdoch standing across the wall across away from you, with his eyes closed. Garth frantically searching for an exit around the chamber. You feel almost calm, a lot calmer than you did waking up. Almost like a serene.
Must have it back.
So that's it. I'm just back in the room.
Back in the chamber.
Great. I step off the thingy.
And as you do, the floor raises again very slightly.
Marduk. There is an old elf that seeks you.
Unresponsive.
Speak to Murdoch and his eyes are still closed.
I fear we will not leave this room until you answer to him. Excuse me, can I do a physical persuasion?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, because I want to get out of this chamber.
What do you say to him?
What I just said. Marduk, if you ever want to leave this room, you have to stand on this. Well, it's like a pedestal.
It's more of a raised stone platform, but sure. Murdoch, can you go ahead and roll a d20?
So I have a 16 in total, by the way.
With
Okay.
what?
With your Uno Momento.
You guys were gonna do this without me, so I'm kind of interested what you're gonna do.
With your wisdom. It's not a saving throw, just your basic wisdom modifier.
Yeah, I get it. It's still high though. It's 14.
I had 16.
Okay.
So even with your eyes closed, you hear Toriel's voice in your mind. It seems to be the only voice there at the moment other than your own. And it's just constant breaking your concentration. Possible to focus on anything else other than her voice at this moment.
So I'm kind of like hearing him in my head.
You're hearing her talk to you straight up.
Okay.
She's standing about 10 feet from you.
I still ignore him.
Then what was the point of doing this? God damn it. Great, guess we'll never get out of here.
Yeah, Tiffany's gone too.
Gone do what?
I know she's just gone.
Oh, why?
No one knows. Dust in the wind. this continues, I'm gonna physically carry Marduk onto this pedestal.
You wanna have a fight?
There is an elf that specifically only wants you. And I don't think there's any way this party's gonna leave this room unless you stand on there. So
Murdoch closes his eyes again. Just standing right in front of you.
the hell was the point of this persuasion check if he can just say no?
Well, he's not really thinking about anything other than you talk to him at the moment. So he can't. Only your voice is there.
So
which, by the way, Murdoch, is replaying now in your mind. Like, you're trying to focus on what you're focusing on, but all that comes back to you is, Murdoch, get on the platform.
You're breaking my concentration, woman.
I do apologize for intruding on your brooding.
No, I'm saying that in my head.
Oh.
God damn it, these dragons are so annoying. Let's have it back. Let's escape. Let's have the power. Chen, do I still have the markings?
You don't know, you can't see your own face. Looking at your hand at where the ring was, there is a black mark around your finger.
I knew it.
Is that Tiffany?
Yes. That is Tiffany.
Tiffany, you're back?
Yeah.
Hey. So Luke, Toriel has stepped off the platform now and is trying to get Murdoch's attention, but Murdoch is ignoring Toriel.
I imagine he just, goddamn, what's this? This is, someone enlighten me. There's this special way of sitting. What's that called in English? Like just normal way. If you would sit on the floor.
Cross-legged?
That's seriously just called cross-legged.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I sit down in the same manner right in front of him.
He's standing up.
Oh, he's standing. Okay. I position myself right in front of him, kind of crossing my arms.
Yeah, Murdoch, as your eyes are
Standing
closed,
there breathing.
this voice is playing over in your mind. You notice this warm breath begin to fill your nostrils.
What happened while my computer crashed?
Must not trust the order. Must not trust the order. They will take it.
This heavy dragon draconic breathing is filling your entire airspace. You feel a bit of like mists beginning to form on your cheek. You swear for a second that you actually taste her breath.
Very good taste.
Okay, I slightly open my eye and... What?!
Oh,
So you open your eye and there's this there's just this dragon face, like less than a few inches from your eye, just staring at you.
oh, I do apologize for intruding on your dark brooding. However, I do assume you want to get out of this room, yes?
What room? Where are we? Where is this?
What do you mean? Jen, tell me, how did... would Mordok in any way have not realized what's going on at all so far?
No, he knows. He walked through, I believe, on his own.
Yeah, then why is he asking?
What happened while I was like everything crashed?
Fine. Okay. You know what?
Oriole concluded talking to whatever entity, finished her scrying